Hey guys, welcome in. My name is Julie. It's Tarot Tuesday. How's everyone doing? Ooh, you guys are building something. You're in the planning stages. I love that, where you're like, okay, there's something about the vision. Yeah, you're moving. Some of you guys are moving. Some of you guys are building somewhere else. You're like, I'm out of here. You're like, I want to get away from all this stress and go somewhere to chill out. And you might be looking at places physically. I love this card, the Three of Pentacles. This is about coming together with other people, creating. This is like a contractor, someone who's being hired to build a home, renovate a home, create. I think they're building a church here. So a lot of planning, development, creation, but actually making it happen, because the pentacles are about the physical world. Okay, this is like the tangible world. So any of you guys who are buying anything, a new house, real estate, a cabin in the woods, building a school, building some kind of foundation, build anything that has like long term, and I'm getting like learning, and it's a place to grow, it's a place to share. It has a very strong foundational energy to it. But I do feel like it's required you to leave something behind, okay? And it might be a little sad at first because you're like, I don't want to go, but then you're like, it's so much better. Like, seriously, so much better. Okay, so like, go. Like, I know it's a little, especially if things have been rocky, especially if things have been like chaotic or unsettled. Dude, you're so out of there. Okay, like, take your shit and go. And I feel this almost all the time for you guys. So like, I know not everyone is like prepared to leave, but I do feel that it's important for you to move forward and develop something new that is more authentic, more true to yourself. It's really, really beautiful. Now is the time. Now is the time. But I really feel like, because there's three figures in the Six of Swords, and there's three figures in the Three of Pentacles. So it might behoove you to hook up with like one or two other people, to build this. Like, this isn't just like you soloing out, and like, it's more collaborative than that, but it's really good. Like, the quality is amazing. So keep the quality. Like, you want really good quality. These people aren't fucking around. You know what I mean? They're building like this beautiful, like, church with like, you can see the pentacles up there. It's solid. It's really good materials, really good quality. These are really talented people that are coming together. So it's a great time to like really work with the best. Like, if you're trying to move forward, you want like the best. Like, if it's an attorney, if it's a builder, if it's an architect, if it's just like your friends, you want the best of the best. Okay, so don't like cheap out. Okay, you hear me? Don't cheap out. That's just a little opening message for you guys. I just got a little hit there because I feel like, we don't need to make it such a big deal. Like, I think the big deal is done. Like, all the drama is done. Now you just have to get in the boat and just like sail away. You know what I mean? Like, it's just time to move into calmer territory. But you have to be energetically aligned with calmer territory. Okay, that's the whole thing. You can't go somewhere if you're not a vibrational match to it. I know we've been talking about this since like the fucking 80s, but it's true. Okay, so if you're tuned all the time to chaos and drama and stability and stress, you ain't going nowhere until you let go of all of that. You have to stop attuning. And this is just healing 101, okay? We don't want to attune to all the stress. We want to attune to these beautiful, calm waters, okay? So it's really good to help you navigate any transition you're making, is to go look at a beautiful, still lake. Go like that mirror reflection, like water, but like water that's not, I don't need you go into the ocean with the big waves and all that. You've had enough of that. Like, I'd rather you just go glide, especially if you can get on a boat, if you can kayak, if you can get like in just the stillness and like let that carry you. Oh, that feels so nice. So any of you guys who are booking summer trips or whatnot. Get into that. Get into the glide, like a nice boat down like a gentle river. Like don't go whitewater rafting. You don't need to be doing the hard shit, okay? You don't need to be going crazy. Make it easy. Make it smooth. And your body will tune to that energy. I really do feel like that. It makes me actually want to go kayaking right now because I know that feeling of like being really close to the water. It works, man. I'm telling you. I don't know why more people don't do like spiritual. I mean, I'm sure they are, but like, what if you did a kayaking experience, in line with like spiritual concepts and just healing and nervous system reset? Like, it doesn't have to be such a sport, it doesn't have to be like, anyways, I'm going off on a whole kayak thing going on here, but the idea is to be low to the water and like, it's like nice. Paddle boarding would be really good. Any of you guys who are doing that, are interested in that, I feel like keep doing that because it really calms you down and it allows you to attune to calmer energy. And then your life just kind of pulls you forward into that experience. But it's up to you to kind of navigate from the to calm. So whatever you can do to reset your nervous system, breathing, yoga, meditation, nature, like that's just how I feel in general for you guys. Like, but it's an opening up, it's an expansion, it's exciting. You don't really know what's going on, but it's not the kind of excitement that's like urgent and stressy. It's not like that. Like that's not going to work. You can't put that into this thing. So any of you guys who are like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No. Calm the fuck down. Okay. Like people are way too crazy. And I I know I get a little out there myself in terms of animation and energy, but today I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling like it is easy, like Sunday morning. Okay. Like it is just smooth sailing. You have to project that energy. You have to be good with that energy. You have to be ready for that energy. Okay, it's up to you. It's up to you. It feels good. I like this. I do feel so much change. So much internal change, for you guys, for myself, like just feeling better in general, feeling like. And I know there's all kinds of crazy shit going on. I mean, we've got a huge election here today. I'm dying to find out if Spencer Pratt wins or not. I think he's going to win. I think he's cute. He's like this. He's always looks like this big scared baby. He's got like, like he's just got this look on his face, like, and I'm like, oh my God, dude, do you even know what you're about to go do right now? This shit's funny. I think it's entertaining. I don't know. I digress. I will not go into politics. That is not, I don't even think he's political. I think that's like his whole thing is like, he's not like, which is kind of awesome because he's like, doesn't come from all that. I don't know. I just find it a really fascinating, like time in our culture because there's just so much shit happening. Did you guys see Dua Lipa's wedding outfit? Oh my God. Go look at it immediately. It's gorgeous. Her wedding photos are beautiful. That suit with the hat and the flowers. Oh my God. She just like, I thought that was fabulous. I was like, this is what we need. We need that little like class. And it was a suit. Oh my God. It's like very Dior. I loved it. It made me super happy. So I feel like there's these things going on. We got to find them, those little joys in life. Like, I do think that's part of the message too, is like simple things. Like we got to like cherry pick out things that make us feel better. And it's really, up to us to decide like what we're going to focus on. Right. So I'm going to settle in here for a second and see what wants to come through. I hope you guys are good. I was so here, by the way, last week. Like, I can't even tell you. Last week, I did my full Tarot Tuesday, just like I'm doing now. I hope it's recording because I did the whole thing and it was so good. It was such a good one. That's why I was so pissed because I was like, I actually felt like really good about it because normally I'm very like, I'm always trying to improve and find better ways to communicate. And so I'm a little critical of myself. Not that I really watched my work, but like I can just tell, and last week it just felt like I landed it, for me personally, it felt like really, really just good. And then the freaking thing didn't like grab. It recorded, but anyways, I won't go into all the stressy details, but I couldn't do anything with it. It wouldn't upload, and so it's gone. It's gone. Where are you? Come back. It was so good. I'm like, maybe one day it'll pop back up again, like some archival thing, It's sort of like I'm getting a download of like, I don't know, the elementary school I went to, we did this like time capsule thing, where you put in like something that you were like interested in. It was like a playing cards or jacks or dice or something like that. And you would like put all of this into this like time capsule that was buried underneath the school. And in like 200 years, they were going to open it up. And it was like kind of awesome. You know what I mean? We also did another thing. I'm just sharing this with you guys because it feels like part of the message. We did this like red balloon thing where we could, you tied like a message. It was kind of like you're sending it out to like a pen pal. And they were saying things like the teachers were like, and I just went to a regular old public school, in Michigan, so, but it was actually really awesome. And like we'd write a little note card, like as if someone, and we were going to let the balloons go because they're helium balloons. And they're like, your message is going to get to someone in China, and you thought like, oh, these red balloons are going to make it to China, So I'm like writing a little letter to like someone in China. And I think I made some weird, like kind of Chinese looking symbols. Oh my God, I'm totally having like, oh, it's so funny. And like all these kids like writing these notes, like, and then we let them go like ceremoniously, and they like flew off into the Michigan, sky. And it was like, where are they going to land? They probably made it to like, I don't know. Who knows? They probably made it to the east side, but like, I'm digressing a little bit only because there is a little hint of nostalgia that I'm feeling, especially with the Six of Swords. So let it go, like really just let it all go. Like I've been doing a lot of that lately and I can feel it coming off in layers. So you guys might want to use this visualization of wallpaper. Like I see it for myself at least as like wallpaper being peeled off a wall, like if you go into a house and there's like kind of old wallpaper and you can just like feel it like pull off. Like I do that inside myself, like as if it was, I was the wall with paper on it, and it feels really nice. And then sometimes you got to get that tool, and that like, and like get off because it's like, ugh, some stuff's sticky. But if you can do that kind of, I just do it as a visualization, or like then I'll work out or I'll go for a walk, and it's kind of nice clearing exercise. And I feel like for you guys that might be helpful is just to release these layers, just like let everything come off as a layer, and that'll help because it's like it needs to kind of, you can't just like, maybe you just can't drop and run right now. Okay. Like I get that. Like I'm in that kind of position too. I'm like, I still gotta like, my son is in high school still, I'm like, I'm committed, but like, it doesn't mean you can't start to plan. Okay, which is part of it. And there's that beautiful Ace of Pentacles. So I would be open to new beginnings, like hands down, but it's going to come like out of nowhere. And this is super important. And we talked about this in my class this weekend, which was so awesome. You guys, I did my little intro weekend here. It was so beautiful. I got like all these gifts, like, oh my God, it's incredible. But we talked about aces, about how it's like the hand of God, right? All the aces, it's this hand coming out of the sky, at least in the classic Rider-Waite deck. And it's an offering, it's a divine offering, but it kind of comes out of nowhere because it just does. That's just the idea of it. It's like you clear so that spirit can come in and hand you what you need. And with Pentacles, it's physical, it's real. It's like money, real estate, property, a building, like it's stuff, right? It's things, resources. It's whatever you really need. You know what I mean? So it's a good time to like really ask for what you truly need. And in order to get to what you truly need, you got to clear out some stuff, like the ego stuff, like at the end of the day, what do you really need? Safety, to feel safe, like water, food, shelter, like basic shit. Like I would really look at things from a very, very foundational, basic energy, especially if you're building something. It's like if you could solve those problems, like you will create a whole new world, because those are like the basic things, right? So look at that. I mean, there's so much research and things about all that. Like even like Maslow's, like hierarchy of needs, but even more simple than that, like really like basic, like food, water, shelter, air, whatever, that kind of stuff. Like these things are, we want you to look at that. What kind of air do you need? What kind of water do you like? What kind of dwelling do you want to have? Right? What makes you feel safe? What makes you feel good? These are great questions to ask yourself right now, okay? Because as you move forward, as you trust that you can, you got to trust that there is calmer water ahead. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, I think part of what keeps us so like in the current, and all these waves is because we don't know any better. We don't know that there's like, life can be beautiful and simple and easy and like, it's so confusing right now. So we have to have some faith and trust that it can smooth out, right? And I think if anyone's been through trauma, things of that nature, it's not easy to do. So give yourself some grace around that and allow yourself to gently, just slowly move into like a calmer, smoother life experience, okay? Because this is like your life experience. This isn't just a good day, bad day. This is like how you live now. Okay. So a lot of you guys are really looking at your lifestyle and like how exactly the things we're talking about. What kind of air do you want to breathe? What kind of dwelling do you want to live in? What kind of water do you want to drink? What do you want to do when you wake up in the morning? What makes you feel good? What makes you feel safe? Oh my God. And look at that. You've got the happily ever after card. You've got the 10 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. This is working on your craft. Your craft, whoever is building something, growing something, a business, a creative outlet, anything of that nature is going to bring you everything. So much joy, so much happiness. And also it's important that you enjoy what you're doing, because these two cards are connected, meaning he's happy doing what he's doing. So whatever craft you do, whatever you do, like that feels really good, that's like not work, I mean, like this, like for me, is like, I love doing this. It takes energy and I do it, but I love doing it. It's not hard. You know what I mean? It's not like a struggle. I mean, it's a little bit for my own healing though, is to like get over my ego and like be vulnerable. And like, yeah, that's some days are a little harder to do that than others, but the more you guys develop your own thing, I feel like it brings you a lot of happiness and it will smooth out. So any of you guys who have been like working hard on stuff and you're just like trying to, make shit happen, like I do feel like a lot of forward progress for you. And just stay focused on like carving out that which you enjoy doing, that which you can do all the time. Like do what you do that you would want to do every day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this is something that every day you want to do this. So what are you already doing that you enjoy doing, right? Even if it's like taking care of animals or, going for a walk out in nature, like it doesn't have to be like hard work. It can just be things that you enjoy doing daily. And within that, there's something that really like expands and they want you to feed that. So if you love walking dogs and you've been in some awful job that's miserable, quit your job and go walk dogs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's time to make that kind of shift. Okay. This is really important. And I'm not saying without consulting me privately just to go do that. Okay. I'm going to go do that. And then you go fuck yourself. I'm not like saying that, but I think you know what I'm alluding to is like getting off of one thing and into a better experience. And they want you to focus on the thing that you enjoy doing the most. Okay. Whatever that is, just figure that out. Okay. That's your assignment this week. Figure out what you can do every day that you love doing. And that's a good start. I love it. I really just feel so much better for people when they're free from, all their crap. And that is like the healing journey it is within. And there is a pull right now. I could feel it this morning. And for those of you who follow me on Instagram, I pulled the yin yang card, which is like, it felt very like two opposing forces kind of coming together in a way. So as we're merging inside the divine feminine and divine masculine, the light and the shadow, all these things come into alignment. And I did see a glass elevator, by the way, this morning, just in terms of sharing that initial download. It was like you're in a big glass elevator. And it felt really good because like, you can go anywhere. It's almost like you don't even have to, you could be in that glass elevator and like you could go all over the universe, which is really cool. It's almost like your Merkaba, like any of you guys who are familiar with the Merkaba, or Merkaba. Some people call it the Merkaba. If you're not, look it up because I'm definitely getting that energy. So that feels really nice for you as well, as just to stay in that high vibrational energy that is you, that container that like is you. It's like your thing. Okay. So back to this guy, this is your thing. Like what you're doing is like, no, people do it. It's like a Warhol painting, it's fucking Warhol, like it's very iconic almost what you're creating, what you're crafting. So really like put yourself into it, like into the details of it. And I love it. And it's fun for you. And it's going to take off as well. Like there is definitely a launch aspect, now that I'm getting. There's two things, which was actually such a fascinating part of this morning was like, it is about being able to hold two opposing forces because it felt kind of contradictory. It's like this one or this one, and not even polarity, but just like fully embracing like all of that, and I think our brains need to understand that you can be this and that at the same time. Holding multiple perspectives is the next level, almost of consciousness. Like it's not going to be like this anymore. This is like the 3D, right? They talk about that, like black and white, up and down, left and right, duality. Like this is like you're finally achieved this sort of acceptance around that. Like you could just look out into the world and see contrast. Fully accepting that elevates everything. Elevate, glass elevator into a new consciousness, which is everything. Multiple perspectives. Like it's not just one thing, it's all inclusive. It's like more that oneness or unity consciousness, right? 5D, 8D, 10D, who cares? It doesn't matter what dimension it is. It's just better, it's just elevated. Okay, so this is what's available to you, but we got to let go of all the crap that's weighing you down. It's very much that like hot air balloon message that keeps coming through, like the last like 3 months. It's just hot air balloons. It comes through in the cards with clients. It comes through just in imagery. It's liftoff. It's liftoff, baby. Liftoff. I love it. I love it. You've got 2 8s too, which is great because 8s are about abundance, prosperity. I mean, just this little 4-card spread is just freaking killer. This is about moving on. You have to move on, and you're creating something, and it's kind of magical. Like I really definitely encourage you guys to be more magical about things. Okay, it's kind of required, as a matter of fact. Like it's very much. I've been getting this too lately. Like in the Wizard of Oz, where what's her name? What am I calling? Why am I calling Dorothy? What's her name? Steps out of the spinning house, and it's been black and white, the film, and then she lands in Munchkinland and she opens the door and it's like Technicolor and like, beautiful, and the little, the yellow brick road is starting and the Munchkins come out. It's kind of like that, which I'm sure is very symbolic of like what I'm talking about. But it feels very epic like this for you. Okay, so I would definitely expect epic results. That's what you're aiming for. You're aiming for epic. Okay, like you're not going to waste your time with something that doesn't feel like as amazing as it can. And so that's why you have to get into the energy of it. It's like feel it like you have it now. Feel like it's just like you walk out the door today and it's Shangri-La, no matter where you are. You could focus on something that looks amazing, a flower, a bird, cool car, hot guy, whatever, like it's all good somewhere. And I think as you train yourself into focusing on that future, then it comes forward. It's just cool how that works. Yeah, and it's simple, like keep it simple. This isn't rocket science. This is like simple quality, okay? Just think those two things. You're ready. I do feel like you're ready. You're like, it's time, So let yourself move. Let yourself move through all of it. It's really good. And just stay present with it. Stay grounded. You're building, you're creating, you're crafting. Like, stay in it. Like, don't abandon what you love right now. Like, absolutely not. You double down on it. And you just keep getting in there. It's really nice. Some of you guys are creating some really incredible art, music, work, books. They're saying family, friends, like it's all the craft, and it's something that you do so well. So really look at your gifts, talents, and abilities right now. Let those guide you. I'm going to shift decks a little bit. Yeah, that King of Pentacles is feeling mighty good. Lots of abundance here, lots of stability, lots of strength. This is strong. This feels really, really strong. Some of you guys are going to get a backer, an investor, someone with money, someone with moolah, like a lot of moolah. Like that feels really nice. And it's just all coming together, but it's requiring you to feel into the energy of the future that feels alive and clear and generous and open and all the things that you want. It's like you got to breathe that air, okay? And that's what we can do. We can create this, okay? You with me? Who's with me? Can I get an amen? I love that. We all need a happily ever after. We all need to do a Lipa wedding, right? Like, she looks amazing. Like, that's it. Great example. I don't know who the husband is, Caleb, something or other. Not the cutest guy on the planet, but whatever. I'm sure he's wonderful. Speaking of, I had a dream about Jacob Elordi last night, and it was very nice. We were on the beach, like playing cards, and oh my God, guess who walked by? Freaking Zoe Kravitz. I was like, no way. I'm like, she won't leave these men alone. Now she's going to go for Elordi. I'm like, Kendall Jenner has Jacob Elordi. She can't tell. And it was like this whole thing, but she just like walked on the beach with like her weird little face. And, she's so like dark. I don't know. There's just like something about her. If she would just smile, maybe I would like her. But like, she keeps creeping into my dreams with like my Romeos, and I'm like, I don't know about her. So look out, Harry. Look out. And I don't mean to bash on, I never met the girl. I'm sure she's fine, but she just kind of doesn't feel like, I don't know. She just bugs me. Anyways, I'm going to shift decks a little bit and check in with you guys. I hope you're doing good. What is going on? My goodness. I know. I'm so sorry about last week. I was so upset. I actually cried. I was like, oh my God, it's gone. Like, not because, it's gone, but it felt like, I don't know, I got like this whiff of like, I don't know, some weird thing. Like, I felt like this, like I get this a lot, and I'm just telling you some dark shit because it's just, I want to share this stuff. So if it happens to you, you don't feel so weird, but it felt like I was being branded. Like, I've had this before where like the universe, like it feels so mean, like this really like, because I don't know, maybe there was my ego that just jumped in there, but I was like actually so happy with what I did. It was like, oh my God, I passed the test. But like then I was like punished. And I think that's just like a very specific pattern to me from my childhood, which is actually what I'm understanding right now. It's like a deep childhood wound that was just like it needed to happen in order for that to heal. Okay. So like, if any of you guys get like these things like that, you're not alone, and it doesn't happen very often. I'm certainly not trying to freak you guys out by any means, because, there's dark energy out there, like, of course, but like, we're stronger than that because we're of the light, and so we're gonna win. The light always wins. You know what I mean? So when you get something like that or something bad happens to you or whatever, you're triggered, look at that as a healing opportunity because that's exactly what it is. And I took that brand. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys watched Yellowstone, that series Yellowstone, where they actually brand. It was like that. And that's why I started crying because I was like, oh, it hurt. But over the course of a few days, I just imagined that like healing, and I literally felt like my heart like healing and then like putting balm on it and like almost like there was like, so I did a lot of work on my heart and that seemed to feel a lot better. And so I'm only sharing this because that's what the healing journey experience is. So we talk about healing so much, but I think it's important to share when healing is occurring so that we can more closely identify what it feels like to heal. Okay. And it's the wallpaper peeling, all of that stuff, the layers coming off, that's healing. I think, I mean, I'm not, a doctor, but that's the whole point, it's like healing is within, it's personal. So if we can share these things, I think that's the way to heal is through your own energy. And I just think it's really beautiful. And I'm so excited for how much better, people can feel when they understand that and when they allow these experiences to kind of show them where the healing needs to occur. And it's kind of amazing. Ooh, look at that. The Wheel of Fortune. Ding, 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 ding. I love this. I love like all her little like, her internal workings. This is kind of what I'm talking about in a way, like the energy system, and like how you're dialed in, right? Like this is basically what I do in a session. It's like everyone's kind of got their own formula, like I always look at like a combination on a lock, right? And you got to like go a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. And then these things kind of all start to work together. So this is profound. Okay. This is profound. And I love that her little heart is right there. So, this is a really big deal. And this is where like divine, like the Wheel of Fortune is about divine, like destiny, divine timing, like all of these things coming in to support this. So just allow yourself to shift and change. Let all the gears start to kind of move. Do some moving. Moving is so important. Like that really gets everything flowing. So I love this for you guys because it just feels like so like profound. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like it's going to be better than what you think. You know what I mean? Like, I think the universe has got some really like interesting things afloat, and I do feel like it's important to focus in on like the best, like the best thing, right? Like we don't need to do all the things anymore. We just need to pick the one thing that you love the most and start focusing more on that and opening that up a little bit. It's almost like a portal. Like you like, okay, this thing, I like this. And then you just open it up and then you can kind of like step into that world a little bit. And then you're like, oh, okay, now I'm doing this. And it's just feeling like that. The aliens are helping us with that. Yeah. Thanks, man. Sorry. I've been talking to aliens for a long time, folks. And let me tell you, they, we think they showed up like in like the 40s because of Roswell. Like Roswell started the whole thing, anyways, we won't go into a whole series on that, but it is fascinating. And now I'm seeing shit in the sky like all the time. It's so cool. I love it. I'm so excited for all this. I just like, I'm like, bring it on, it makes me so happy to like have this, like, I think it's loving and supportive and like freaking great. If you want to look at it like it's scary and then great. You're going to create that experience for you. But there's so much energy that's like, I don't know. I just think it's like, stay tuned. And also like, I just keep feeling like it's going to be better than what you think, like, so like a vision board's great, but like, it's kind of sad at the same. It's like kindergarten. It's kind of back to like my elementary school like experience. Like put a vision board together. It's sweet. It's awesome. But like, it's better than that. Like it's a feeling state. Okay, it's like it's a feeling state. Wow. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles. All right, there you go. So that's about really like bossing up and like being your own, yeah, they're saying being your own boss. It's very important that you guys really establish yourself as the CEO of your own like energy, right? Like you're owning it now. I just saw something there. They're coming. Oh, shit cracks me up. So the Queen of Pentacles is all about stability for one, but she's very nurturing. She's very connected to nature. She's very strong. She's very like really wise. She has like she's kind of like a really good like if any of you guys are like herbalists or into herbs and concoctions, kind of witchy stuff, but like not in that way. More like working with the elementals. Sorry. Okay, got it. Working with the elementals, working with the earth, working like all that good stuff feels so good for you right now. So like earth medicine, Native American, like all that like awesomeness feels incredible. Just nature, nature, nature. But like pulling out like the minerals and the clay and like all just good stuff. Like if any of you guys are into that or doing that, you are going to do very well and like let yourself be that fully. So if some of you guys are like, I just want to make potions and I just want to make like herb, thing, then do that. Like that's what you got to do. Like if it's something that you do every day anyways, like let's say you like love to make teas or you like to do this, like that's the thing. Like, and I know we have to pay the bills and all that stuff, but you're growing into an established business where you just do that. And it feels really good. It feels so good. I'm just so proud of you guys. For those of you who have, gone through all these phases of like growth and you've been willing to do it like honestly for yourself and you've been willing to kind of stand out on your own and be your own person, you're definitely being rewarded. And I feel that very strongly. So keep going, keep growing. Okay. I think the fall, I'm definitely getting that with this card. The fall time feels really good. So like a harvest or some kind of like good energy, flowers, oh God, all that stuff. So I would plan for something in the fall to be really like you've really established something and maybe planning now for a fall opening or a launch or something of that nature feels really good. I love it. I mean, I think you guys are like, why? You're going to be like, why didn't I do this sooner? But at the same time, I was getting a lot of information this week also about like growth being, and I was thinking about myself because it was me, but I was like, I like this like slow, steady growth, at least that I've been experiencing with my work. It's like, it's not been a meteoric rise, like, it's kind of a slow growth. And I feel like those of you who have been kind of slowly, maybe behind the scene, growing something, building something, feels really, really nice. Like you're about to really step into like really owning that and being that. And it's so beautiful. It's so real too for you. It's like very real, very natural, very organic, very genuine, like genuine. And tying this back to that Three of Pentacles, like the best quality, the best things, like a lot of like good metal, like metals are so good right now. Gold, copper, like get the good stuff. Four of Wands. So some of you guys are literally coming together with someone else and building a house, building a future. The Four of Wands is the marriage card. This is definitely about celebration, about like commitment, stability. This is the 1111 card. So like, wow, how cool. I'm so excited for any of you guys who are a couple, like Dua Lipa, right? Like freaking do it. Like if you're like thinking about getting married right now, get married, like do it. What are you waiting for? Like it's time to make that happen. It's time. And I'm not saying like, and I do feel like I know I'm getting specific. Like if someone hasn't proposed yet or whatever, like do your own thing. Like I'm not saying like force this marriage. I'm just saying the more you're your own person, ironically, the more you're going to attract like the right partner, or that partner is going to commit to you. Do you know what I'm saying? It's very like counterintuitive in that regard, because it's like, as you just kind of focus on you and your life and your business, your work, your happiness, then this can kind of start to come together. And I love how these cards kind of connect, but she's looking away. She's not thinking, when am I going to get married? Where the hell's my husband? She's not that girl. She's just like in her own vibe. Like, she's just like, I'm growing my own shit. I'm making myself happen. I've got my rabbits. I've got my flowers. She's good. And like, as she develops that, like, this starts to come together, and this is like a little couple on top of their brand new house, like having a celebration. So for those of you who want to partner with someone, like, it's best to not focus on it, just do you, and let this kind of come like to you. It's really interesting. Or there could be someone that's been on your mind, or someone from the past, may come back around. Especially if there's any retrogrades happening. I would think maybe some of you, this is specific, not for everyone, but if there's someone that's been kind of always lingering in your mind and you're wondering, and that actually could be a really powerful connection, and you needed to grow and establish yourself before the two of you could come together. So I would definitely be open, if you had a good experience with this person, or you guys feel connected, and if this is someone you would want to literally spend the rest of your life with, then that could be possible. But it's not going to be possible if all of a sudden now you're like, oh, okay, it's going to be this person or that person. Oh my God, that guy from my old boyfriend. No, you can't. No, you got to stay in your own energy. You got to stay here. And it just falls into this thing. It's so cool. This relationship that's coming through, for any of you guys who are single, is very, like, it's divinely guided. For one, it's divinely sourced, I'm hearing, and you are both equally committed, and you both love the same things. Like, maybe you both want like a beautiful home in nature, maybe you both want to just live a natural life, right? Like, it feels really, really nice. It actually makes me feel very, it is a bit like nostalgic, almost like you could meet someone that feels like them. It could be someone from a past life, for sure. So you could just be meeting someone brand new that you've never met in this lifetime. And you guys just, it's like you've known each other forever. So be open to the soulmate, energy. Like, this is not the time to go like date the bad boy, or like the one that's gonna, like, you're over it. Like, you're like, I'm done with that shit. So I'm not worried about you falling into the wrong relationship again. I really feel like so many of you guys have overcome that. I'm so happy for you, because I do feel like now, like, the right situation can show up. I want to see what's on the other side of this. But you're not thinking about it. You're not worrying about it. You're not thinking, I need a boyfriend. You're not. You're like, I'm good. Like, the more you're strong in your own energy, the more you take care of yourself, the more likely this will become part of your reality, Okay, I better speed it up, because we're getting almost to an hour, and I don't want to miss it. I've been like all slow and mellow. Now I'm like, let's pick up the pace. So there you go, right there. There's a little contrast, right? Like, where it's like slow and steady, smoother waters, but then you'll get like a little bit of like, a pick-me-up kind of thing. So just do your best to navigate whatever is being presented to you. But I just encourage you not to worry about any of it. Like, this is not a worrying situation. This is just like stay open, focus on what you like, focus on what you want, focus on who you are. Absolutely. These birds are also showing to me as well. So some of you guys could be like in a bird situation when you meet someone. I love the birds, man. They're great. Like, even the pigeons. I don't know why people give pigeons such a hard time. They're beautiful. Like, they're all luminescent and stuff. I mean, I know They're like the rats of the sky or whatever. Come on. I think they're adorable. So the Justice card is saying, like, it's about time. You're like, yeah, it's about time. Some of you guys, I'm also feeling like we're like a city girl or like a city person, and then you like move to the country, or some of you guys are in the city and you want to get out into nature more, very encouraging you to do that. Some of you guys, if you are getting married, do it out at somewhere nature based. I just see this movement from one, like, here she's like sitting on top of, this building with the justice scales, and she's awesome, but she looks a little tired to me. She looks a little bit like, can I put this sword down? And, like so many of you guys maybe have created a business, or you've created something really powerful. You've been in the workforce. You've done all the things, or you've overcome like a big lawsuit, something of that nature. And you're just like, can I put this down? And they're like, yeah, go out into nature and go like, spread your seed in nature. This could also be a masculine energy as well. Any men that are watching, like, go like spread out, go camping, go hiking, be out in the forest. Like, all of that stuff feels so good for both female and masculine. And maybe that's where you guys meet, somewhere that's like very like in the middle. You meet in the middle for sure, but I think the feminine has gone from like kind of being responsible, like the Justice card is saying, like she's just had a lot of responsibility and a lot to keep balanced, right? And a lot of like truth to be told, and like she had a lot of work, right? And I think there's an element of needing to take a break from some of that. Any of you guys who have been, working for a long time, it's probably a good idea for you to kind of move on, and like establish something that's more nature based, that's more grounding, that's less strict, less rigid. I definitely feel like a needing to like kind of soften the edges a little bit, like not being so angular or rigid anymore, getting out of that. A lot of people who are working in environments that are more cerebral or information oriented, or like, like, I don't know how people do it, but like some people do that, or it's amazing to me. But I do feel like maybe it's a good idea to consider, a more natural like life experience. That's, I don't know. Some of you guys, if anyone's thinking about buying an inn or like setting up a bread and breakfast or doing some kind of nature-based business where people can come and hang out. I'm also getting the Cavallo Point. I know that sounds crazy, and I'm local to Sausalito, but I am just seeing that maybe there's a meeting there that you have or something of that nature. Meetings would be really good right now. 5 of Cups. Yeah, some of you guys are just letting go. Like a lot of just healing, and all this green, by the way, is all healing. So some of you guys are just healing, and you want to do that somewhere that's more natural. Like, and I know this energy of like, if you're going through something emotional and you're in an environment where that is not okay, that's tough. And I've had to be in situations like that, where you're like, you got to keep it together, but you're like, oh my God, like it's awful. You got to shut everything down. You got to, oh my God, don't do that anymore. I'm not doing that in a shit no more. But I've had to, so I get it. But that's the goal, is to just be able to be and feel how you are, like in a more natural setting. It's the setting and the environment is super important right now, you guys. For you, for all of us, is creating beautiful settings, okay? And releasing all of the past, like that. Those old layers are just coming off. That paint is peeling. That wallpaper is peeling off. Let it peel off. Let it release. It'd be a great time to go get like I'm going to go do this in the city. There's a place where you can get like a body scrub and like a wrap, and like, oh, that feels so good. Massage. Really good day to go to the spa and just kind of, get some of those layers off a little bit. Feels really, really nice. I am so like, I feel relieved for you as well. Some of you guys, like, I just feel like it just feels so much better. And I want you to follow that feeling of things feeling so much better. Okay. And just trust that you had to go through these sad periods, you know? I mean, it's just sadness, right? Like we've all felt sad. We all go through periods where, we feel sad and we want to weep. And like, let yourself feel that. It's really important to not force yourself out of it. Because if you feel it, it's like it just passes. It's like this is just like a little passing cloud. So, any of you guys who struggle with depression, sadness, melancholy, blue days, I do, I think the more you just acknowledge it and recognize that you feel sad, then it passes. It's like when we try to fight our way out of it or pretend that everything's okay when it isn't. Like if you feel sad. It's like I'm like Fred Rogers today with all like the like kidney references, but it literally is like teaching yourself like how to feel emotions, and I think many of you guys like have, stuffed all those in, and unexpressed emotions probably are surfacing, and it's beautiful. It really is. Hang on. Fuck yeah, there's the chariot. This is exactly what I was talking about, because the chariot is all about moving forward, but look how she's a snail. And we talked about this slow, steady growth, this slow, steady progress. This is not the like shoot the rocket up to the sky and blow everything up. It's not that. This is slow growth, okay? And I love this. This is that wheel of fortune behind you, moving things beneath the surface, allowing for these changes to occur. So let yourself change, okay? Let yourself shift and change and move, but move at your own pace, okay? Don't let people force you out of shit right now. You're going to go when the time is right. And if it takes time, it's going to take time. But let yourself start to feel into the feeling of forward progress, okay? And it feels really, really nice. I definitely encourage you guys. The chariot is about travel, but I feel like more travel is going to be more local or just enjoying more of what you have. I definitely have been feeling like that for myself. And I just feel like you don't have to go far. Very much like Wizard of Oz again. She was like her own backyard, right? Like you could always go home. Like you don't have to leave your backyard to find like all of it. So I encourage you guys to just plant yourself. I'm hearing plant yourself in nature. If you're building anything, build out like landscape, garden, patio, like all that feels really nice. So more of an outdoor living experience is so good. And you just find your little corner of that and sink into a nice chair, meditate, like feel, like listen to the birds. All of these things are so incredibly healing for you right now. And I just really encourage you guys to let whatever wants to bubble up, and give yourself like a 20-minute like self-therapy session, like whether you're journaling or just talking or, have a glass of wine with yourself, like work with yourself in that way. Okay. Like you can totally move through anything that feels like, oh boy, this feels like a lot. Like do it in like intended like sessions of like self-healing, and like give yourself a chance to journal for 20 minutes, sit with yourself, let yourself feel. Okay, if it's hard for you to access your feelings, then we got to work on letting this come up. Okay, we got to let out some of this like kind of deeper, heavier feeling, and if we do that, like you'll slowly kind of feel better. And that's the best way to do it, because once you're out of that, then you're like, everything is so much like, I don't know, easier. So I do feel like a lot of you guys are coming out of some karmic, things that maybe you weren't fully aware of. Would be probably a good time to do a little past life regression or some kind of release around past life energy. I'm definitely getting that through today. So you could go back in there and I'm also getting like recommit. There could be someone from your past life. For those of you who guys are kind of, witchy woo woo like me, like go back in there, and into your soul's like history. Go to the Akashic records, look that shit up. decide where you want to go, and recommit to something or someone that came through, you'd be surprised how much you can create in your reality now based on what you can do going back through, some of those memories. And like for me, it just shows up. Like I can't help it, So it just happens. Like it's happening right now, while I'm talking to you. So you want to do it gently, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to just like, it's hard to describe if I don't know. Some of you guys can just do that as well. And some of you guys are like, what are you talking about? How do I do it? We'll show you, I'll show you, but I can't tell you right now in a like 5-minute Zoom or YouTube, but it is possible and it is cool. So let yourself heal, let yourself feel, let yourself grow, let yourself expand. This is such good energy. I just want you to feel into it, okay? And like there's no rush, there's no stress, there's no sense of urgency. It's just like things are opening and opening and opening. And like focus on the things that bring you joy. Focus on the things that you want to do every day that feed you, okay? You're really, really good at it. So just know your worth. Know that you're creating something that's very unique, that's very authentic, and just keep going, okay? All right, y'all, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you, everyone, for, all your love and support, for reaching out when you thought I was gone. And, I'm here. I am here, and I'm here for you. I'm here for all of it. So stay in touch with me on Instagram, YouTube, like, subscribe, share, DM, all that good stuff. I would love to see you guys again. And, I can't wait till next time. Have a great week, everyone.